Hey everybody, Tabitha here from Tabitha Explores, ready to take you on another Epicure cooking adventure. So today I actually traveled from La Grande, Oregon to Vail, Oregon. That's 2 hours by Google, 2.5 with pulling an RV. So just to kind of show you how easy it is to actually get one of these recipes kind of on the go when you're tired. You know, I did 2.5 hours. I hooked up, I unhooked, and got everything set up. Today is Halloween, and apparently there's going to be some trick-or-treaters later, so I wanted to get this kind of going. I am making the Cincinnati Chili today, so I did talk about making this in my last video, and I thought let's just get her done, see what she's like. I'll let you know what I think. Basically, the recipe itself calls for mixing the seasoning with 4 cups of water and a can of tomato paste. Now I have a tube, so I'll just guesstimate on how much tomato paste I need. It says to add in 2 pounds of lean ground beef. I have 1 pound because I want to add vegetables and kidney beans to my chili, so that I don't have as much meat, but I still have lots of other things in it. Bring to a boil, reduce heat to low, simmer, and this one actually wants you to simmer it for an hour to an hour and a half to give it its best flavor. So it is a little bit longer to cook, but the prep and setup is super easy. If you're doing it without any of the vegetables, it's literally just throwing some meat in a pan with the tomato paste and the seasoning mix. But me, I'm going to make it more complicated because I love some veggies in my chili. I've got an onion, a pepper, and some carrots ready to go, and then the kidney beans. So it does actually say that you could add onions and kidney beans to it. It also, because it's Cincinnati chili, I guess, it says to put it over spaghetti, but I won't be doing that. I don't need to add another carb to this meal. I think the kidney beans will be enough for me. So let's just get to putting this together. So it really just encompasses putting the mix into some water, whisking it up, and then adding the tomato paste, and then starting to cook all the food. So it does actually say to put this in the pan first and then add the beef to it and then cook the beef in the mixture, but I don't know, I don't see how that works. So I'm gonna saute the onions and the peppers and the meat before I add the chili mix to it. So it does call for 4 cups of water. I don't have enough room in this dish to put 4 cups to mix it in with, so I'll just, I've got another 2 cups here ready to go a little bit later on. So let's guesstimate the tomato paste. Get that in there. This is to about a can. That's probably good. Maybe a little more. There we go. You know me and my guesstimating. I don't like to measure anything unless it's, you know, for dessert, because you can't get that wrong. So I'll just whisk it up, and then I'm going to start the stove. So I'll get that heat going, and then I'm actually going to add a little bit of olive oil just so I can get the veggies cooking. This is not in the recipe itself, but I like to change it up and make it work for me. Now after I cook it, I'm going to add a little bit of shredded cheddar cheese so that I can have a nice little meal tonight for Halloween while I wait for all the kids to come trick-or-treating. So I've got my big Epicure pan, which is going to hold everything I need it to. I've got a lid for it so I can put that on and let it simmer. And that's nice and hot now, so let's add our onions. One nice thing about propane It does not take long to heat up. Get these onions cooking. So again, if you're familiar with Epicure and you want to place an order, you're welcome to do so on my Epicure site, tabithavanderbilt.epicure.com. If you want to have more information about Epicure, you're welcome to contact me directly through my email address, tabithaexplores@gmail.com, or you can check out some of my other YouTube videos where I talk about some of the products a little bit more, some of the types of products. There will be more of those coming out. I look forward to helping you with your Epicure questions. As a reminder, everything from Epicure is gluten-free, nut-free. They're very conscious of sodium and salt, so they don't put a lot of that into their products. They try to keep it as healthy as possible while still tasting really good. So I really think it's a great option, especially if you've got kids and you've got a busy life. It can make it so much easier and fast for you to get a meal prepared, a healthy, good meal prepared. And you know, I think this is probably a meal where you're going to get more than just one serving for everybody out of it. It does say, 12 servings, 6 cups. So that's only about a half a cup each. But I guess that's with adding it to like a spaghetti or something. So maybe, you know, you might get 6 servings of just like a chili with it, depending on, you know, how much you want to eat at any one time. So I've got all my fun, colorful veggies in there. I'll go in and start cooking down. I just want to get them a little bit the onions anyways, a little bit translucent, and then I'll put get the beef in there. Once that's going, then I can add all of the sauce and just set it to simmer. Now, if you've had Epicure before, tell me what you like. Leave me a comment. Tell me your favorite meal solution. Tell me something about something that's gone away and you wish it would come back. So there's actually a product that I love at Christmas time that they took away a couple years ago, and it's actually going to be back, and I'm so excited about it. It's called cinnamon spiced nuts, and let me tell you, it's the easiest recipe. All you need is an egg and some raw nuts or toasted nuts, and you just mix this in and add it to the nuts, and you've got your holiday nuts for the whole season, and it makes a ton. You can do a bunch of packages and give them away, or just have them out at the Christmas season for your, holiday parties and things like that. So I'm super excited it'll be back. I'm sure it will be temporary. If it's something that you like, get in there now and get some ordered, because I guarantee those are going to go fast. Is there a product that you don't like, maybe? Tell me about a product you don't like. For me, there's not a lot that I don't like. I would say definitely the worst one for me is butter chicken. I don't know what it is. I have been to India, so I have had butter chicken there. So maybe it's just not quite the right, fit for me. Oh, and the other one that I can't stand is they have a mushroom soup, and lots of people love it. Again, it's the same thing with the butter chicken. Lots of people love it, but I cannot do the mushroom soup, and I love mushroom soup, but this one I just can't. I can't do. On the other soups, I like them all so far. There's a broccoli cheddar that's really good, and a tomato soup, a chicken stew, a chowder, beef stew. All really good for this upcoming fall and winter season, right? So as you can see, I've got my meat and veggies cooking up nicely. Once they get enough color in them, I will add the sauce and it'll turn it into a chili. And like I said, super, super easy. I'm doing it a little bit differently by sauteing the meat and the veggies first. So I get a bit of like that saute kind of flavor to them. You don't have to do that. You can just add it directly to the water and the sauce, and you'll be good to go. And get those kidney beans in there. Oh, I'm looking forward to this tonight. Let me tell you. It is going to be a fun one. Oh, especially simmering for an hour, hour and a half. I'll get to smell that for the next, well, I'll probably smell it well into tomorrow because the smells in this RV do not diminish very quickly. I have eggs in the morning, and if I cook eggs in the morning, it definitely can still smell them in the afternoon. So just to get all the sauce out of there, mix the rest of that water in, and get her going. So yeah, so for right now, it's a little bit watery, not thick yet, which is why you have to simmer it, I think. So I think that is good for now. I'll pull you over here and give you a quick look on what it looks like, and then I will see you a little bit later and show you the finished product. So there we go. Product is simmering away. Chili. It's, as you can see, the consistency is pretty watery so far. I'm told that it'll get nice and thick as it cooks for the next hour or two, hour and a half. So we'll let that simmer, get up to heat, and then let that simmer. So we'll see you a little later. All right, so we have our final bowl of the Cincinnati chili. Let's turn it around and I'll tell you what I think about it. All right, first taste test, first time I've ever had this chili. Let's see how it is. A little bit of cheese in there, get a little meat, get some kidney beans. It's hot. That is good. A little bit of spice to it. Really glad I added the onions and the kidney beans, the carrots. Hot. I would say it's a winner. It is spicy, but not too spicy. I like a little bit of spice. It's not like my typical chili. I have my own recipe for chili, but it's a really good, easy, quick chili recipe that you can do on the fly. So for me, like I said before, I'm traveling. I traveled today, arrived at an RV park for the night for Halloween. Tomorrow I am traveling again. I'll be traveling from Oregon into Idaho, and then the next day I am traveling yet again. So this is going to get me through all those days. Quick meal. I can, if I don't have power, I can heat it up on the stove again. If I do, I can use the microwave. So this will be perfect meal for the next couple of nights, so that I'm not having to cook for the next couple nights, as the travel I'm doing over the next couple days will be a little bit longer. Today was 2.5 hours. Tomorrow I expect it to be 3.5. And then the next day, probably 5.5 hours. So they'll be long days, and I will be tired and hungry. So Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like my videos. And we will see you in the next video.